You know, I had something come to mind just recently. I know the other day I was talking a little bit about fasting, and it just like the light bulb went off in my head. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. And I actually did some research to look into it afterwards. And when you fast, I recommend everybody fast. But what I want to talk about really is a part of healing. Yes, healing does occur through miracles. Healing is also a key component when you begin to operate and resonate on one of the highest frequency, which is the love frequency. So when you embody love, when your thoughts are kind, when you're healthy to yourself, when you really take time to nourish yourself, that is a part of healing. And so, although healing can be intercessory and done through prayer and miracles, it's up to you to be responsible for your own healing. And the reason why I'm saying this is because fasting not only has spiritual benefits, we know it has spiritual benefits. We fast for that reason, but it also, it's like a reset and a inner cleansing of your temple, right? So you're actually cleaning your vessel while you fast. And when you fast, if you fast long enough, like I tend to do a 3-day fast at least once a month. If not, I'm regularly intermittent fasting. Like I don't eat till after 11 a.m. most days anyway. But what I started to realize, and I'm not a doctor, but this is like the Holy Spirit gave me this epiphany, and it was it was cool to see that doing the research, it was backed up by it. But when you're fasting, when you fast and you start combining fasting, not only with prayer, but with certain movements. So you could do certain exercises that help stimulate and drain your lymphatic system. So this message is geared to people that are having health issues. If you want to heal yourself, start doing these things. You have to start taking care of your temple. But if you couple fasting with these lymphatic system movement exercises, you could find videos on YouTube and just do follow alongs. Fast and do that, because your lymphatic system goes hand in hand with your immune system, and it also helps process out like viruses, diseases, bacteria, toxins, the works. So of course it's going to work when you're fasting. But not only fast, you should do these lymphatic exercises. And if you're a guy, all guys, if you're not married, you should be practicing semen retention, and you should be praying, and you should be meditating, of course, right? So if you want to take control over your health, you have to know that you are ultimately responsible for your health. So that it starts with what you're doing with your body, what you're ingesting. A lot of the food, I'm telling you, a lot of the food out there, especially if it's highly processed, even if it's considered organic, is sometimes it's really not that good for you. So you have to be really keen on what you're putting into your body. Don't eat ice cream. No, I mean, every once in a while, yeah, treat yourself, of course. Don't deprive yourself, but there's so much good food. Like my jujube tree is blooming right now, and I just went out and grabbed a jujube before coming out to the park so I could go play basketball and move my body and get my blood flowing and sweat. Like, man, growing your own food, there's something so satisfying when like from seed to fruit, or from seed to flower to fruit to your table. It's an amazing process, and I like God designed it that way for a reason. But we need to really be keen on what we're ingesting, not only from food but also with content and things like that. I know I'm going on a tangent, but this just popped up in my head, and I felt like, hey, maybe someone out there is dealing with health issues, and they need this information, because it really just clicked. So couple fasting with lymphatic system draining exercises. Do 3-day fast at least once a month. Make time for it, not only for your health, but to get closer to God. Because the world, they don't want you to be in a balanced state. They either want you to be far off on the right side or far left, way off in the masculine energy, or way left in the feminine energy. But they don't want you to understand these natural laws. And a part of understanding that you need to be balanced, and you understand the world around you, the natural laws, and a part of the natural laws is understanding the food that is healthy for you. Like, this is how we understand how to be closer to God and move in our authority. So if you're a guy, just know, like, fasting, these movements, exercising, lymphatic drainage, look into it. Food, healthy, whole food, nutritional whole food. Stay away from high processed foods, high carb foods, a lot of sugar. Just start cutting it out little by little. These things we need to do. And then, of course, semen retention. Because if you're a guy, I'll tell you this, if you're a girl watching, this is like where you need to leave the video, because I'm gonna get a little transparent here. It's something that not a lot of men are doing. A lot of men don't do this at all. But when you start to do this, it's gonna be probably one of the most difficult things that you ever face in your life, because lust is one of the biggest temptations that is out there. And so if you start retaining, you are going to ultimately get closer to God. You're going to hear God's voice more clearly. You're going to experience more dreams, more visions. But you have to be patient with yourself in that, because in your weakness, that's when his power is perfected. Like Paul even said, he's like, I'm doing things that I don't want to do. It's definitely a key tactic that the enemy is going to use to prevent you from getting to those elevated states of being and mindset. So if you could retain for 3 months, for 90 days, you will see things change so drastically in your life. I attest to this. I've had my personal struggles with this. You know, it's been an up and down battle through the course of my life, but I'm at a point now where it's like, man, like I get to those upper ranges and it's profound. But then, yeah, I still get tempted. I still get tested. But it's like, you know, if your eye is making you sin, pluck it off. If your hand, like, but get rid of the things that are in your general vicinity that are going to lead you into temptation. So I'm just gonna keep it kind of short, 10-minute video or so. It's important that we understand that we are the living temple of the Most High. Your body, your health is your wealth. Your body is essentially the church that houses the Holy Spirit. And if you want to do the greater things, then it's time to start understanding that you need to balance your mind. It's like the Father, right? The Father is like your mind. The Son, Christ, is like your body. And the soul is the Holy Spirit. It's like you in yourself too are the Holy Trinity, if you think about it. So really start understanding the natural laws that operate the world and the universe around you, and know how to have and keep a balanced mind, a balance between the right side dominant coordinate of your brain or quadrant and the left side, the feminine side. So you got the feminine left and the masculine right. You have to find that medium. Look into this stuff. This is highly imperative for your progression if you want to progress as a saint. So with that being said, I'm gonna start my exercise now. Much love to you. May peace be with you. Till next time, take care.